सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम। So it has been quite some many days, rather I would say months, and we can see the number of people also have drastically reduced. Doesn't matter. It will take some time to come out of this slumber and then get started again. We'll slowly start. So we've completed 11 chapters of summary. So the way we have seen it is Prathama Shatkam, Madhyama Shatkam and Charama Shatkam. So we are going to enter the Charama Shatkam in the 13th chapter. So this is the end of Madhyama Shatkam, which is the 12th chapter, which is Bhakti Yoga. Now, in the 11th chapter we saw Vishwarupa Darshanam, and very clearly Krishna gives a seeding shloka in the end of the 11th chapter. Okay, he says very clearly and he gives the seeding for bhakti. Bhaktya tvananyaya drishtya shakya ahamevam vidorjuna ज्ञातुं द्रष्टुं च तत्त्वेन प्रवेष्टुं च परन्तप मत्कर्म कृन्मत्परमः मद्भक्तः सङ्गवर्जितः निर्वैरः सर्वभूतेषु यः स मामेति पाण्डव. So very clearly he says bhaktya tu ananyaya shakya. You could see me because of your bhakti. So obviously now he has to explain what this bhakti is. That is where the 12th chapter called Bhakti comes. Because what is the Tatparyam of the Madhyama Shatka? It is Tatpada Lakshyartha. Correct? We have seen Tvampada Lakshyartha, which is the Prathama Shatkam. The Madhyama Shatkam is Tatpada Lakshyartha. So obviously bhakti will have to sit here. If everything is covered and bhakti is not covered, then the topic becomes incomplete. And that is why the Charama Shatkam is very clearly Asi, where it is Advitiya. When bhakti comes, bhakti is Dvaita or Advaita? Bhakti is Dvaita. So it starts with Dvaita, and he defines that this bhakti, which is the most pleasing to me, which is Jnani Bhakti, where it culminates into Advaita. Okay, so for all practical purpose, for a person like an Arjuna, it has to be Dvaita only. Because Arjuna is not a Jnani, Arjuna is an Ajnani. So are we an Ajnani, so it needs to be a Dvaita Bhakti only. And that's how he enters into the topic called Bhakti. Now, if we enter this topic called Bhakti, we have seen this Bhakti right from the chapter number 7, where he defines. But the whole Madhyama Shatka is going that first is God creates the universe. He is the creator. Correct? Then, which is what the whole focus of the Prathama Shatka is. So, the second chapter starts itself with Prakriti. Correct? He talks about Prakriti. मयाध्यक्षेण प्रकृतिः सूयते सचराचरं हेतुनानेन कौन्तेय. Like that, he says, Maya Adhyakshena Prakriti. So very clearly it is Dvaita. I am different, Prakriti is different, you are different, everything is different, but this is how it is working. So God created the universe is the basic concept which all of us, even we teach children, and children also accept it very clearly. Slowly they have to understand and mature it to the next level where God Himself becomes a part of the universe, which is in Madhyama Shatka, which is Vishishta Advaita. I just did not create, but I am also a part of it now. Correct? So, Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam, that is where he is now a part of it. Is it clear? Then it becomes Vivarta Karanam, where this universe itself doesn't exist. When you say universe doesn't exist, don't mistake that physical universe is gone. No. From a value perspective, Paramarthikataya, universe is Vyavaharika. So it is of a lower importance than that Paramarthika, Brahman or Atman. Is it clear? So from that perspective, the universe doesn't exist. So first he creates universe. Second, he becomes the universe. Third is, there is nothing called universe. He and universe is the same. If you want to say manifestation of God, it is manifestation of universe. Okay. And that third part is what Asi, which we are going to see later. So today we are in the Madhyama Shatka. So in Madhyama Shatka, God becomes the universe. That is what we are referring. That is what Vishwarupa Darshanam we saw. What is Vishwarupa Darshanam? Everything what you see in the manifestation is nothing but my manifestation. So I become everything. I am the sweetness of the sugar, I am the saltiness of the salt, I am the wetness of the water, I am the heat of the Agni. Whatever you want, you say, it is that. Is it clear? Okay. Then, this topic of bhakti, in the 7th chapter, it was very clearly shared as 4 types of bhakti. What are the 4 types of bhakti? Artho jitnyasurartharthi jnani cha bharatarshabha. Artha bhakti, arthartha bhakti, jitnyasu bhakti, jnani bhakti. Okay. A quick review. What is what? You know it, but still we will review it. Artha bhakti is called contract bhakti. I give you this, you give me this. And that contract also happens how? After you giving, I will give it to you. If I pass, 1 kilo peda chadayega. That means if I fail, kuch nahi milne wale. Clear? So, Artha Bhakti is very clear. Contractual Bhakti. Give and take. Very clear. Bhagavan one entity, I am another entity. We have got into a contract. I decide the terms of the contract. Bhagavan has got no say at all in it. And then if I get it, I myself decide whether I have got it or not got it. And then accordingly, I decide whether to reward Bhagavan or not. My part of the contract, should I keep it or not? Okay. This is that contractual bhakti. Bhagavan doesn't enter into any contract. He only gives us the buddhi to get into a contract with him. He gave us that buddhi, nothing else. Okay. Then the second one is Arthartha Bhakti. What is Arthartha Bhakti? Chaukidar Bhakti, security guard Bhakti. अब ये सब दिया है, now it is your responsibility to take care of it. करेक्ट, यू बेटर टेक केयर ऑफ इट। ये सब ठीक है, लेकिन वो इनकम टैक्स वाले को मेरा घर का एड्रेस मत देना। चौकीदार भक्ति समझ में आ रहा है? ओके, अर्थार्थ भक्ति। वन इज इष्ट, आई नीड। सेकेंड वन इज प्रोटेक्ट what I have. Clear? Okay. These two are very fairly simple because we always indulge into it. It is not new to us. And don't say we don't do it. Let us not shy. Whoever it may be, they are very simple. When something happens where it is beyond our control, we go, Bhagwan, you please take care of it. Okay, other times I will not bother, but at this time I will bother. So it is a contractual. Okay, then you have the third variety of bhakti, which is jijnasu bhakti. What is jijnasu bhakti? I have one goal in life, only one goal in life. I am ready to give up everything for that goal in life. What is that goal? I need the Atma Jnana. I need moksha. Till I get moksha, I want you. You are the giver and doer of everything for me to get moksha. For that, whatever is required, I am ready to do. I am ready to give up everything else. So one desire and the other desires go off completely. So when that person runs with the pole to vault, it is 100% bhakti on that pole. Support me till I go to that extent. After that, I am ready to leave you. Once I reach there, I am ready to leave you. Till that, I will not bother anything, but I will focus only on you. Exactly at which place I need to put you. Then take a traction up, and then at one point I am ready to leave you. Till that, I need your support. Bless me. And this is jijnasa, dharmika bhakti. Nothing wrong. All the four are dharmika. All the four are dharmika. There is nothing wrong. We only have to come understand our level at different situation and see whether are we maturing to the next one. All the four are needed. It is dharmika. There is no adharmika bhakti in all this. All that irsha, dvesha, all those things are not at all. All dharmika. Sakama bhakti, very clearly. Nishkama bhakti. Is it clear? The fourth one is called jnani bhakti. Jnani bhakti, the jnani and Bhagavan, there is no difference. It is like asking whether I do bhakti to myself. Bhakti, in other hand, means what? What is bhakti? What is bhakti? Bhakti is love. Bhakti defined is Sat Tvasmin Parama Prema Rupa. Narada Bhakti Sutra starts with that. Sat Tvasmin Parama Prema Rupa. Unconditional love is bhakti. Okay. Bhakti doesn't mean that you have to keep crying. If I say I have bhakti towards my parents, what does it mean? How will it get manifested out? How do I express my love towards my parents? Should I go and tell them every day, I love you, I love you, I love you? Is that the way? Following what they are telling is the way to express bhakti or love. Yes or no? There is a way which they have taught and they have said this is right, this is wrong. Following that properly and expressing it by following. Correct? You take a rose and say, honey, I love you. That is expression. Whatever is the thought has to get manifested as an expression with words and action. Expression of love towards parents is listening and acting and thinking in the lines which they have told is the right way to be. Extend the same. What is love towards God? Ishvara Bhakti, what is that? Is it sitting in front of Bhagavan and crying? Is it every day giving Chappan Bhog? Every day just nicely decorating? What is that Bhakti? And that definition of Bhakti is very clear. I will implicitly follow the way which you have given. What is Bhagavan's way? Dharma, the Shastras. Is Bhagavan different than the Shastra? No. He is the Shastra. So if I follow the Shastra implicitly, that is Ananya Bhakti with Bhagavan. Okay. Which means it will cause me a discomfort to my mind, because I may like something, I may not like something, but still I will do it without grumbling, neither mentally nor verbally. Why? I have that implicit faith that it is good for me. The Shastras will never do wrong to me. Bhagavan will never do wrong to me. If that is the right way, I better follow it. If not this, then what? Correct? So, Jijnasu Bhakti is completely following that way by which the Shastras are there. And Jnani Bhakti is, I am the Shastra itself. There is no difference between me and Shastra. Okay? That means it is so much imbibed. I am that epitome of Shastra. Are you able to get that? I am that epitome of Shastra. So, this is Jnani Bhakti. So, now we have seen 4 Bhaktis, which is already told in the 7th chapter. Bhakti Satvasmin Parama Prema Rupa. Unconditional love. And manifestation of this unconditional love is implicitly following. Please understand, it is not blind following. There is a difference between blind following and implicitly following. Implicitly following has a good amount of trust and a conviction in it. I am convinced this is the right way. That means I have used my intelligence to check it. You don't need proofs, but it tells that this is the right way, this is not the right way. Correct? That intelligence we have. And once we decide to follow it, and when we follow it, that is called Bhakti. Now, is Bhakti a sadhana? Karma is a sadhana. Karma yoga is a sadhana. Jnana yoga is a sadhana. Upasana yoga is a sadhana. Correct? Bhakti yoga sadhana. And this is where most of the people say Bhakti is also one path, a sadhana. And answer is no. Bhakti is not a sadhana at all. Then what is Bhakti? It is the sum and substance of all this is called Bhakti. Only on the Bhakti platform, Karma Yoga works. Only on bhakti, upasana yoga will work. I'll tell you how. Don't just take it at the face value. I have an ailment. I go to a doctor. Correct? First question comes, why did I go to this doctor? Why not some other doctor? First question. That could be various answers. There was no other doctor nearby. I know only this doctor. So I was forced to come. Now tell me, in such a situation, will you have that trust and faith in this doctor? Or will it be, let me check it? कोई नहीं, उसके लिए चलो इसके पास जाते हैं, let me at least try. Let me give a fair try. Are you able to understand? Most of the cases, it is not this way. You have a choice. Then why do you come to this doctor? Either this doctor has treated me before and I am convinced and I have the conviction he is capable and he will treat me, or she will treat me, whichever way. That is first logic. Suppose you are meeting this doctor for the first time. Then what? I have a reference or a referral from someone whom I am convinced is my well-wisher and will not do wrong to me, and hence I have implicit faith on this reference, and hence I superimpose that faith on this person onto this doctor now. So this doctor equal to the same relationship what I have with this person for this particular aspect. How much I have faith on this person, that much I have faith on the doctor. Why? The references come from there. Right? How did you have faith on this person now? When you keep on going back, you will understand that it is not blind faith. It is over a period of time, the relationship, the thought, the like-mindedness, being a well-wisher, giving the right direction, being truthful, all this have been experienced and experimented by you over a period of time, and that's how you have established that this relationship is not a blind relationship. Okay, please understand. And this thing is called Shraddha. That calculated, mostly known, predictable experience along with little unknown future, unexpected or unknown future, but I know for sure that it won't go wrong. You say now, oh, it's dark clouds, let me take an umbrella. This let me take an umbrella does not ensure you that you are not going to get wet. But with your past experience, it 100% tells you that for all probabilities, most of the time, this is going to protect me. This cloud means rain. Rain means I need protection. I need to go. So hence this works. The Shraddha, that the ability of this umbrella to protect me against this type of rain is a past experience which is presupposing a future and bringing it. So there is a 60-70% known and a 20-30-40% unknown. is what is Shraddha. It is not blind. When I don't know anything, for example, I go and, teen patti suna hai, teen patti. Blind game. You play cards. That is blind. No Shraddha in that. That is blind faith. I'm taking a chance whether my luck will be with me or not. I have absolutely no idea. And I know for sure if till this moment I was lucky, that doesn't ensure that next moment I will be lucky. I know that for sure. But I'm ready to gamble. That is blind faith. Here it is not blind faith. Are you able to get this? That 65% of known is the base called Shraddha, and the balance 30% unknown is the bhakti sitting on it. Are you able to get this? That Shraddha drives the bhakti. Why? Shraddha is the mother of desires. Shraddham kamasya mataram havisha vardhayamasi. Is the mother of desires. Your desire will come where Shraddha is there. Think about it. Any of these flimsy desires just coming and going, why do you leave it? Because Shraddha is not there at that place. If it is a very strong one, you will fight against the world to get it. Why? Shraddha is there. When you say there is a will, when there is a will, there is a way. That will is the Shraddha. The way is what you find out. Are you able to get that? It's that strong conviction with a logical analysis which you will not be able to explain to others, because your analysis need not match with someone else's analysis, because it's your experience. But for you it is Shraddha. For other person they will call it blind faith. Okay. Now, this is where we have to understand that this bhakti is sitting on that base called Shraddha, that without Shraddha and bhakti I do karma, it is impossible. It is impossible. Even if I have to do kamya karma, I need to have Shraddha and bhakti. Then only I will do that karma. If a person wants to kill another person also, he has the Shraddha on the weapon he is using to kill, that it will work. Yes or no? He has the Shraddha that it will work. Why? Past experience is helping him. So irrespective of whichever direction you go, Shraddha is the base for, and bhakti on that. Okay. When Shraddha is not at all required, can you say I have Shraddha with myself? Can you make such a statement this way? I have Shraddha on myself. Say, are you a fool? Why should I even think about it? There are no two, right? Shraddha comes when two are there. When there are no two, where is the question of Shraddha? Where is the question of bhakti? And that is called Jnani Bhakti. There is no two. Or the other way around, you can say, whatever is the relationship the person has with himself has exactly the same relationship with everyone else. If you have to see everything with Dvaita and get that underlining Advaita, you can interpret it that way, and that is called Jnani Bhakti. Are you able to get this? So, Karma Yoga, Upasana Yoga, Jnana Yoga has a base called Shraddha and Bhakti. Even without yoga, karma, kamya karma, anything you do has got this base called Shraddha and Bhakti. Without that, it won't happen. You will not take the first step itself. Correct? For example, if I tell you, you please jump where you are sitting, you will go to the 20th floor. Will you even try? Will you even think of trying it? Well, I'm convinced that it is not possible. Why? I never had such an ability. I know there is no miracle going to happen. I know there is no magic. What is this rationale behind me suddenly seeing that I can jump to the 20th floor? That means it is not going to happen. I'm convinced, I have Shraddha that it will not happen. I have bhakti on my abilities. Suddenly a magic will not come. It will not happen. Are you able to get this? That inner conviction, only if it is, not only to us, even in animals it is that. That instinct, what we say, is that base behind that conviction by which they know they will be able to do. See, when an animal chases a prey, it has confidence on its ability. But at the same time, there is a probability that it will not get. Even the animal knows that. That is why at a point of time it will stop the chase. It is working there also. If it is working there 100% for humans, why it will not work? So even an atheist, if they say I don't have Shraddha and Bhakti, they have misunderstood Shraddha and Bhakti because they are referring it only with one dimension called God. Correct? If the question asked, who gave you the intelligence to disbelieve God? My logic. Who gave you that logic? Under whose logic are you saying that this logic is correct? That is Shraddha. Are you able to understand that? So whatever you take, Shraddha and Bhakti will be there. Proportions will be different. Bhakti is something where you can develop more. That relationship in Bhakti can be developed. There is some amount of it, but it needs to be enhanced and developed. And that comes with a lot of activities, situations. Okay, that because whenever we are going to look at this difference between attachment and love, you start initially looking things with attachment. If tuned properly, the whole thing can get converted to pure love, which is bhakti. Even if someone says here, the purest form of bhakti is mother's love, that can also be questioned. If the mother has an expectation at the back of the mind for a future benefit, then it is not the bhakti which we are referring to. Then it is attachment. Are you able to understand? Okay, it's a highly subtle, very thin line. From here to there, you can jump at any moment. And it is not something which you can prove to anyone. It is not like Hanuman opening the chest and showing Rama and Sita is sitting in me. No, you can't do that. You can only express few things which from the behavior people know, okay, this is bhakti. Otherwise, it is purely an emotion which is in your mind, which you value. Which you value. Is it clear? Now, with this background, he wanted to tell Jnani Bhakti is the highest. But he thought this will be too much. for Arjuna. So he gave 5-stepped bhakti. He started with Jnani Bhakti and he says, if that is not possible, come one step down. If that is not possible, come one step down. Like that, you can come down, down, down and come to the basic bhakti, which is Sakama Karma Bhakti. Okay. So this chapter of Bhakti Yoga, 1 to 13 shloka, he has explained these 5 types of bhakti. And from the 14th to 20th, he is explaining what is Siddha Bhakti or a Jnani Bhakti or a Gunatita, Parabandha. All these are synonyms. Okay, so 2 aspects he has taken. And 1 to 13 is very clearly this gradation of bhakti, which we will understand very clearly. Okay, so we will just see that what all he has taken and how it has gone. So the first bhakti, which is the base. Now, for our ease of understanding, I am changing the order. He started with the highest form of bhakti and came down to the lowest. But for us to understand, we start with the lowest and it's easy to climb rather than falling down. The way the chapter goes is, he starts with the highest and he says, if you can't do this, at least do this. If you can't do this, at least do this. So it's a falling bhakti. But to learn, we will go progressive, higher. Okay. So the first one he talks about is the bottom, Sakama Karma Bhakti Sadhana. Sakama Karma Bhakti Sadhana. So just see the logic how it goes. Karma Bhakti, Upasana Bhakti, Jnana Bhakti. In Karma you have got what? Sakama Karma Bhakti, Nishkama Karma Bhakti Sadhana. In Upasana you have got Ekarupa Ishvara Bhakti Sadhana, Vishwarupa Ishvara Bhakti Sadhana. And what is Jnana Bhakti? Arupa Bhakti Sadhana. You saw how 5 came now. Karma,
But Guruji, you just said sadhana, bhakti is not sadhana. So why do we call it bhakti sadhana?
See, that is why I said that bhakti has to be nurtured. Sakama karma, karma is a sadhana. By doing sakama karma, bhakti gets nurtured. So it's a karma sadhana, upasana sadhana, jnana sadhana, but by that bhakti is getting nurtured. So the sadhana is with karma, upasana and jnana and not with bhakti. Getting it? So first one is karma sadhana, bhakti sadhana, which is that sakama. Very simple. Artha Bhakti and Arthartha Bhakti is that. Nothing big to explain. Now that you all know it, Artha Bhakti and Arthartha Bhakti very clearly is Sakama Karma Bhakti Sadhana. Is it clear? Clear for all? Can we go ahead? Okay. Then what will happen? What is Nishkama Karma Bhakti Sadhana? Karma Yoga becomes Nishkama Karma Bhakti Sadhana. What does that mean? Surrendering your actions, Ishwararpana Buddhi and Prasada Bhavana. Correct? What is Karma Yoga? Ishwararpana Buddhi and Prasada Bhavana. So the first step, Sakama Karma Bhakti Sadhana. Then you mature to Nishkama Karma Bhakti Sadhana. Correct? Then after Nishkama Bhakti Sadhana, are you going to be there? No. You will have to drop karma a little and move to Upasana. From physical activity, you have to move to mental activity. The physical activity was required to train the mind. If mind is enough trained, now drop that physical action little and start working with the mind, which is upasana, mental activity. In that first, what will you do? Ekarupa. Or that Ekarupa is called, another name for Ekarupa is what? Ishta Devata Bhakti. Ishta Devata Bhakti. My little Krishna, my Ganpati. बाकी सब भगवान एक साइड में, गणपति एक साइड में. All the other deities one side, Krishna है तो one side. My property. बाकी सब ठीक है बोलो, लेकिन इसके बारे में नहीं बोलो. I cannot stand it. समझ में आ रहा है? भक्ति. That's how it starts. Okay. So, इष्ट देवता भक्ति और एक रूप upasana bhakti sadhana. Isn't it an upasana sadhana? By that, what is happening? My bondage with that deity is getting more and more strong. Correct? There was earlier by karma a physical bondage. Now it is becoming stronger with mental bondage. There was some mental, but now I am strengthening that mental bondage. Are you able to get this? Then I have to mature out of it. Isn't this my Ishta Devata all around? Isn't my Krishna only Ganpati? Isn't my Krishna only Shiva? You start that way. After that, you say that Vishwan Darpana, the whole universe is you manifested. Isn't my Devata only the manifestation called universe? Okay, that is called Vishwarupa Bhakti or Aneka Rupa Bhakti Sadhana, which we saw. See, all this we have seen, so it is easy for you to understand because it has been covered till the 11th chapter. Correct? Then it goes to after Sakama Karma, Nishkama Karma, Ekarupa Upasana, Vishwarupa Upasana. Then you go to the third one, Jnana Bhakti Sadhana. Jnana Yoga Bhakti Sadhana. What do you do in that? Tadviddi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshinaha. Samitpanihi. Samitpanihi. Upanishad says that way. You go to a teacher, Tvameva Sharanam Vraja. I am completely submitted to you. I want this. Other than that, I will not accept anything for which I have considered you to be the teacher. Whether you consider me the student or not, I don't know. I will be here. It is your responsibility to give me jnanam and moksha. Shravana manana nididhyasana sadhana. Correct? Now you tell me, don't you need bhakti for this Shravana Manana Nididhyasana? Without Shraddha on the Shastra, can you do Shravanam? Without Shraddha on the Guru, can Shravanam be achieved? Without Shraddha on the old Shastras and all the Acharya Paramparas and what they have given as Prakarana Granthas, if you start doubting that, will you get Mananam at any time? That implicit, is it a blind faith? No. It is so logical when you connect to it. You see, it is perfectly right. It is connecting to me. So, it is Shraddha. And the bhakti is, one day I will also be mukta. or I will understand that Tattvam clearly. The day I understand it, I am Mukta. Correct? So here again Shraddha is required. So that Bhakti is the base on which the whole Jnana Yoga will go. If you doubt the teacher, it's gone. It's gone. You can never move ahead. Same way, if you have not done enough of the earlier 4 sadhana, will the 5th sadhana work? Right? Karma Yoga is incomplete without Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga is impossible without Karma Yoga. Correct? So Karma, Upasana, Samuchaya Yoga both are 100% required. Without that, from Sakama I go to Nishkama, from Ekarupa I go to Anekarupa, then only this Arupa will start working on me. That too if I am lucky to have a Guru and that Guru is ready to teach me the Shastra. Shravana Manana Nidhyasa. So like that, there's 5 different Bhakti sadhanas have been clearly given by Krishna in this chapter. Starting in this, if you take Sanniyamyendriyagramam sarvatra samabuddhayah te prapnuvanti mameva sarvabhuta hite ratah. 4th shloka, moksha. Then he says what? Kleshodhikatarastesham avyakta sakta chetasam avyakta higatir dukkham dehavadbhiravapyate te tu sarva. Okay, from here he starts going down. First is Jnana Nishta. Then Kleshodhikatarastesham is Mananam. Okay. Then Yettu sarvani karmani mayi sanyasya matparaha. Sanyasa Shravanam. Okay. Teshamaham samudharta mrityu samsara sagarat bhavami nachirat partha maya veshata chetasam mayye vamana adat. So this is all emphasis on why you need to come to Jnanam. Then atha chittam samadhatum na shaknoshi mayi sthiram. If your mind is disturbed and cannot focus on me, Abhyasa yogena tataha mamichhaptum dhananjaya. Abhyasa yogena tataha. Does it ring a bell? Somewhere does it ring a bell? Diploma students. Abhyasa yoga abhyantan nirodha abhyasa vairagya abhyantan nirodha. Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Remember? Abhyasa vairagya abhyantan nirodha. What nirodha? Chitta vritti nirodha. What does he say? Abhyasa yogena tataha Mamichhaptum dhananjaya. He is not told anything different. Okay. Same way in another place it has come. Abhyasetu yogena vairagyena digacchati. Somewhere else it has come. Okay. That is how it is picked up and put in other sutras. Very clearly. Okay. Then athaitadapya shaktosi. If this also is not possible, athaitadapi ashaktosi kartum adyogamashritaha sarva karma phalatyagam. What is that? Nishkama. Correct. Then he says Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat Jnanat dhyanam vishishyate, dhyanat karma phalam tyagat, tyagat chanti ranantaram. So he is now giving the glory of karma phala tyaga. Tyaga means what? Nishkama karma. Very clearly. Then he goes further down. Here. No, sorry, up Shreyo hi, Shreyo hi, Jnanat karma phalam Jnanat karma phalas tyaga chanti ranantaram. Sakama karma, he will come and stop it there. But from the 13th one, he is going straight to Siddha Bhakti. He straight away changed it and he moves there. Adveshta sarva bhutanam. How is this jnani? Why? Adveshta sarva bhutana. Doesn't have any dvesha to anyone. Adveshta sarva bhutana means what? Sat tvasmin parama prema rupa. He is embodiment of love to anyone and everyone. Okay, and like that, he gives details about this person who is a gunatita, who is a parabhakta, who is a jnani bhakta. Okay, and all these qualities, many of these are going to come in the 14th chapter again. In gunatita qualities, all this will come. Okay, quickly we will see this because in detail it is going to come in the 14th chapter. Okay, in 14th chapter, 7th shloka, I think it will start. 25 gunas are given. All these are gunas, values, and all this you have to achieve by sadhana. These have to be achieved by sadhanas. Okay, santushtaha, each of them, adveshta sarvabhutanam, maitraha, karuna, nirmamaha, nirahankaraha, samadukha sukha kshami, santushtaha, satatam santushtaha yogi. Okay, yatatma, dridha nishchaya, mayyarpita mano buddhihi, who has submitted his mind to me. Okay, mad bhakta se same priyaha, yasman no dvijate loga, na dveshti na kankshati, no dvijate loka, loka no dvijate chayaha. He doesn't have dvesha with anyone, others don't have dvesha with him. Harsha marsha bhayaha udvegaha. There is no harsha, there is no amarsha, there is no bhaya, there is no udvega. Harsha means what? कुछ अच्छा हुआ तो उड़ी मारने का, till the head touches the ceiling. Amarsha means, oh, why did it happen only to me? Sita was lucky. The earth tore apart, she could go in. For me, that is also not happening. Amarsha. Bhaya. Bhaya. Vruddhastavat chinta saktaha. Udvega. ये खत्म बाकी ये है. Very restless. Udvega. Okay. Then anapekshaha, shuchihi, dakshaha, udasinah, gatavyatah, sarvarambha parityagi, yo bhaktas same priya. He says all this negatives, if it is not there, and who have endowed with positive values, they are all dear to me. That means get all these values. And how do you get these values? That is why following our dharma, following the shastras, ensures that that application is made in such a way that you will start getting all this. You don't have to separately do something for it. Following the shastras, doing things as per the dharma, the way it is said, follow it, you will see that a lot of these things get automatically into you. Okay. Yo na hrishyati, na dveshti, na shochati, na kankshati, shubha shubha parityagi, bhaktiman, yaha same priyaha, samashatrau cha mitre cha. With enemy also he is the same, with a friend also he is the same. Tatha manaha apamanaha sama. If someone insults also, he is that way. If someone praises him also, he is that way. Shitoshna sukha dukkeshu means what? Shita ushna sukha dukkha is the same. What quality it is called?
Vairagya.
Unmute and speak. Shitoshna sukha dukkeshu samaha. What is it called? What quality?
Titiksha, sir.
Titiksha. Titiksha. What is the definition of titiksha? Titiksha kaha
Shitoshna sukha dukkhe.
is removed very clearly from here. It is removed. Are you getting it? Tattvavada removed very clearly from here. Okay. Bhaktiman's priyaha. Samashatra. Okay, then. Tulya nindas stutir maunihi santushto yena kenachit aniketa sthiramati bhaktiman me priyo naraha. And then last he ensures that the last jnani is ativa me priyaha. The last 20th sloka, yetu dharmyamidam, yetu dharmyamrutamidam, dharmya amrutam idam. So dharma should be followed, and he has become a jnana nishta. Okay. Yathoktam paryupasate. Yathoktam, as it is said, paryupasate, said by whom? Shastra vidhina, Veda vidhina. As per the Shastra, he lives up to it. Shraddhadana matparama. See the word, he bought it here. That word Shraddha, he bought it here. Shraddhadana matparama bhaktaste ativa me priyaha. Very, very close to me. Means what? He is me. Jnani Bhakti. And like that, Krishna clarifies what is Bhakti. And with that, Madhyama Shatka gets over. Now that we know all the topics of Madhyama Shatka, which starts from Bhagatyaga. Nimitta Karanam, Upadana Karanam, Bhagatyaga. Then you convert looking at this Karanam into two different cause and effect. 9 chapter. Difference between 7 chapter and 9 chapter. 7 chapter starts with what? भूल गया सब कुछ. 7th chapter starts with Nimitta Karanam, Upadana Karanam, Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam. Yathornanabasrajate Grannhate cha. Remember? Pot and the potter, mud and the potter, wood and the carpenter. Two different. Goldsmith and gold. Okay. Like that, you first break. You give value to both equally. Then, once we know how to break these two, and for everything understand two, then the question comes at the start, how two were there? Because everything started from one, And when we know in practical life that both of this cannot come from one, how did the start happen? For which the Shastra gives Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam, Nimitta Karanam Upadana Karanam, coming from the same source, which is Ishvaraha. That is why we say he was the creator of the universe. Satapotapyata satapastaptva idagam sarvamasrjata yadidam kincha tat srishtva tadevanupravishate tadanupravishya. Upanishad teaches it that way, as though he entered everything, as though you have to tell. Okay, so this two Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam coming from one source, for which a very clear example the Shastra gives in Mundaka is Yathornanabhasrijate Grinnate cha. The spider, as it can throw the web out and it can take it in, if the web, the material comes from it, and the intelligent cause is the spider itself, if one spider can do this, why can't my Bhagavan be in that category? Is it clear? And that is how the Shastra confirms that Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam for the Srishti is Ishvara and no one else. Okay. That clarifies the 7th chapter. 8th chapter, we know that it went to a diversion. Then you jump to the 9th chapter. What happened in 9th chapter? That is where Para Apara. Break it into this way: Nitya Anitya, Para Apara. And then you say there is only Para, effect equal to cause plus time. Correct? Effect equal to cause plus time. That means whenever I see an effect, it is not the effect, but it is the precursor of it, which is the cause. So I give value to the cause, I drop the effect. Like that I go to the primary cause, primordial cause. When you go to the primordial cause and when there is no effect, the word cause itself doesn't exist. Because cause has an existence with reference to the word called effect. The effect has an existence because of the word called cause. Okay, atitaha, gunatitaha, kalatitaha. When you go to atitaha, kalaha doesn't have existence. Guna doesn't have existence. Same way, effect doesn't have existence, cause neither will exist. That is called vivarta upadana karanam. That means what is the other things you see? It is a superimposition on chaya. It's a superimposition. And that is where the 9th chapter goes. So then he said, hold on to that para thing, main, nitya vastu, and try to see everywhere. The 10th chapter took through that. Correct? Then you can't just be with your own ragadvesha. I like these things, so I will see these things. No. You see everything the way that is, with that substance, and everything as a superimposition. That is why he showed the Vishwarupa. It is all superimposed on me. Nothing is different than me. Okay. Here again, Arjuna is separate, Ishvara is separate. Don't forget that. Otherwise, there is no requirement of the next chapter. I am separate. That is why he bought bhakti. Because it is with two now. Two need to be there for bhakti. With one, bhakti is not required at all. And like that, he completed bhakti. If all the aspects are over, now we have to go to the main. So, our first portion of making the rice ka atta is ready. Purnam is made ready. Now we have to make the modak, the last part, which is asi, which is going to be the next shatkam which we will enter, Charama Shatkam, out of which 3 chapters are only related to that, and the rest 2 chapters are, rest 3 chapters are more values. 13, 14, 15, Bhagavad Gita gets over. 17, 8, 16, 17, 18. 18 is the complete sum and substance conclusion and summary of it. 16, 17 are more values which are coming on, or how to look at things practically. Okay, with this we will continue and enter into a very important chapter, which is the 13th chapter, Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga, in the next class. So next class will be on Saturday, not on Sunday. Okay, Saturday night 8 p.m. Okay, Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Dhanyavadaha. Shubharatri.
धन्यवाद.
Shubharatri.
हरिओम सर. धन्यवाद सर.
Dhanyavadaha. Hari Om.
हरिओम.
Yeah.